Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. We're seeing a shift of NFTs becoming more than just art. In this episode, we discuss the different types of utility options that come with owning an NFT. It's becoming a must-have for most people to buy in on projects, and we're here to break it down. Let's do this. Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. Hi, Minty Cell. How are you?
Hi, I am good. How are you, Jen FT?
I am very good. It is a beautiful, sunshiny day here in Puerto Rico. I say that very often. We're pretty fortunate to have such incredible weather. I mean, really.
We really are. I mean, it's so funny because, oh, wow, today it's warm. I was outside earlier walking the dog and I just looked at my watch, 88 degrees today.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I want
It's
more of it.
summertime.
It is summertime. Awesome.
I'm living easy.
Such a good classic. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I am so excited about this episode because, we're seeing utility becoming a hot topic with NFT projects now. And sometimes I can get overwhelmed with how many options there are and really what's important to me and what they all mean. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, so let's dive in and talk all about utilities and what that means for NFT projects.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I personally I don't necessarily, I guess, have an order of what I care about, but there are definitely things that I care about more based on certain projects. And for me, I really, one of the things that is, I think I put more importance on would be events, like in-person events and physical products. So I love, for example, I know I talk about them all the time, but Fame Ladies, I can't help it. They did a collaboration with Catharsis for the project. And if you bought this special NFT it was actually a really cool video, and maybe I'll put mine in here so everybody can see it. But it's a video NFT. And if you own that NFT, you could redeem it for a physical product, which they have coined the term phygital. It's PHYGITAL, phygital. And so it's a physical digital, right, combo. And I can't show it to you yet because I don't have it yet. I think hopefully I'll be picking it up in New York City. But the one I got was a necklace, and it's got the Fame Lady lips and then FLS. So it's like a stacked necklace. And I thought that was really cool, bringing the two together and actually being able to redeem it for a physical product. And other projects are doing this too. Like I know Boss Babes did it. If you meant, do I have her? Yeah. So if you minted original, which this I didn't mint it myself, so I don't get this, which I'm a little disappointed in. I bought this on the secondary. I thought I could redeem it for the hoodie. So if you mint a Boss Babe with a hoodie, then you can redeem it for the actual physical product. So it's kind of funny because I went and minted a bunch more Boss Babes because I was hoping to get a hoodie. And I'm like, I am not lucky and I'm not getting what I want.
Oh, no.
I know. I wish there was a way. I really wish what they did was if you were the holder on a certain day, they snapshotted and then you could redeem. Because with the Fame Lady Squad, you can go check to see if that actual NFT has been redeemed for the product. And
interesting. I mean, you're still paying, even with the lips, you're still paying for them, right?
No, for the necklace. No, it's a part of that NFT. But the thing you have to be careful about is you have to double check that it hasn't been redeemed. You know, somebody could resell. I could go resell that NFT now,
but they won't have access to.
But they wouldn't be able to redeem for the actual product because I've already redeemed it.
Got it. Interesting.
So yeah, when I bought it on the secondary market, but so I went through and checked all these different NFTs, they had a website that you could go put in the number to confirm that that had not been redeemed. So,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
of course, the price varied, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The price on the ones that had been redeemed was a lot lower than the price for the ones that hadn't been
Of
redeemed. And
course.
honestly, I got lucky and I found one that was, I felt like pretty reasonably priced for the product that you get.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So utility, top two that you have are event access and physical products. I totally agree with that. One thing that you're seeing with utility, so like if you buy the NFT, it comes with a utility, it comes with this feature in real life feature. And so one of the things is fractional ownership into that of that NFT or that project, which I think is really interesting. I don't have any, I don't believe that come with fractional ownership. Do you?
I don't think I do. Not that I know of anyway. The biggest ones that I can think of that are doing this is like, well, that's not true because I think that some of the projects, and I'm not gonna say which ones because I'm not 100% sure, but I do think like if you own certain women projects, because that's what I primarily invest in, they are buying into other projects. And so then as an owner, you are also a fractional owner of whatever they're buying within the project. So I think like Moonbirds is doing that, and Proof, and there's all these projects that are DAOs that they invest in. Then if you own that specific NFT, you also own a percentage of whatever they have invested in as a project. So I do think I probably have some. I'm just not 100% sure which ones.
Interesting. Yeah. So that is the concept that you're just describing is a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. And what that means is you're basically buying into the community that then reinvests in whatever the thing is. So a lot of the DAOs
Right.
are reinvesting in NFTs. So you'll see, I may have bought an NFT worth $100, but that gets me access to the DAO of this NFT. And then they collectively decide to buy a Bored Ape or a
Right.
CryptoPunk. And so now through the fractional ownership of me spending $100 for that NFT, I now own a
Very,
one
very, very small sliver.
yeah, 10,000th of a CryptoPunk. But
Yeah.
so that's kind of the process that you're describing. And yeah,
Mhm.
interesting. I'm I that's not high on my list of things I look for in an NFT, but
Yeah.
something I would super be interested in because I would, I mean, I think it's you essentially the community benefits, right? Because now if the CryptoPunk then is sold for a higher price, then usually the profits are either split among all of the holders or they're reinvested in the next thing. And
Right.
so I think it's really cool. It's just I don't think it's something that I've ever participated in, but something I would like to in the future for sure.
Yeah. And who knows? You may be participating in it and you just aren't even aware.
Yeah, you're right.
Like we've talked about, there's so many things to pay attention to
Mm,
within NFTs and crypto and the whole community. And like, it's impossible to keep up on everything on all the projects, especially like, I mean, you can see this is just a small fraction of the NFTs that I'm a part of and the
right,
projects I'm a part of.
right.
And they're all doing stuff, pretty much every day.
Hmm.
I did want to mention that like one of the things that typically comes with ownership in these types of projects that we're a part of is voting rights. And like if you have fractional ownership, then depending on the number of NFTs that you own in that project, typically that means the number that equates to the number of votes you also get for whatever it is. And it could be, you know, what they work on next. It could be like I feel like Sad Girls Club. Like they had voting on like what's to come. Like I know they did something if you owned a sad girl and a cat and a skeleton, then you could combine them all into one NFT. I know there was something certain, like you had to own certain traits within the three to get them to combine. But I think that's, one of the things we talk about, like merging like if you own certain NFTs, you can merge them into something else. Like I think it really started with crypto kitties, being able to mate your kitties to come up with a, kitten.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Also, something I've never participated in. Because I've not been a part of a DAO, I've not been able to necessarily vote, or even if it's not DAO related. I've never been able to vote necessarily on what the roadmap looks like, what the next investment should look like. If we were to sell a crypto punk for X amount of dollars, do the profits get distributed among everyone, or do they get reinvested? Those are the types of voting things that you can vote on if you're part of that kind of fractional ownership and DAO project.
Right.
And then the merging, so voting on like merging, like what projects could merge together. Super.
Could even be like the next collab, right? Like,
Right.
Oh, do you want to work with this project, or this project? Who's first?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. You touched on merging, and kind of I think what goes kind of hand in hand is also breeding too. And
well, yeah, that's what I was talking about with the kitties, right?
Yeah.
The crypto kitties
So you can literally take, I know that they did, gosh, I can't remember the project, but it was like a crypto mom and a crypto dad. And if you breed them, then you can have a crypto kid. And
I did that with sloths on a Solana project. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of the project right now, but you could breed your sloths and get a baby sloth.
Yes, I remember you doing that. Yeah.
That was a long time ago I did that.
Yeah, I remember actually. That was very early on. Another thing that another item or type of utility that comes with NFTs that you're seeing is access to various communities. So there are, whether the community be an actual community, like a Discord channel that only if you hold the NFT, then you have access to the specific holder channel. So you're getting access to that, or you're having access to their metaverse. There are some projects who are building metaverses or like digital worlds, and in order to access that digital world or metaverse, you need to be a holder of the NFT, or even access to training. So that's one of the things that I think we're super excited about. A lot of the actually quite a few of the projects I'm involved in, they come with training because ultimately they're anchored in a similar mission to us, is to bring more women into the space. And one of the barriers that we all talk about is a lack of education or knowledge to break into the space. So, with various NFTs, like I'm part of the Surge NFT, which is kind of geared to bringing more women into the space. They're going to be offering a lot of training that if you're a holder, then you can unlock the training features, which is really cool. So it's like access to various things that I think is one of the key things that I actually look for.
Yeah. And so I will add this because my BFF recently did, if you were a holder of a bracelet, you got access to a AMA talk they did with Mila Kunis, which, I mean, it was cool because it was like hearing Mila's take on NFTs. But I think we'll see more and more things like that, especially with my BFF, because they have like so many big name founders with them. I think we'll see like more of those AMAs and the events. And then I know we talked about it earlier, but they're already planning a BFF con for 2023 that I'm definitely looking forward to. I will 100% be at that conference as long as I'm not on a cruise.
Right. Oh, that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that I have taken advantage of are airdrops. So there are
Mhm.
a couple of projects who are, um, if you are a holder of the NFT, they will airdrop
Right.
NFTs to you, and that's basically for free. They just show up in your wallet for free on my side. Obviously, not their side. I'm assuming that they're paying gas or transaction fees, but
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. They just all of a sudden show up in my wallet, which is super cool and fun.
Yeah, which I do have a word of caution here, though, because
Yeah,
we were talking about this earlier today. Oftentimes, if you own certain NFTs, spammers and scammers will also airdrop you stuff that you really need to be careful when you find these NFTs in your wallet, whether or not to click on them, because sometimes you'll click on them and then that potentially gives those scammers access to your account, and then they can go in and potentially steal your NFTs. So you have to be very, very cautious of whatever it is you're clicking on. And that is definitely actually tied to your account, the official account. Like I have a long necky lady, and they did oh my gosh, what did they call? Now I have to go look at my account. They did long necky kids. And I knew that it was coming because I'm a part of the Discord. So I knew to go look that I was going to be receiving that. And so when it landed in my wallet, I knew it was real. But
right.
there's a lot of things that get dropped to me that they're not actually
Right.
connected to any of the projects. They're just targeting you, and they try to make it look like it's connected, but it's really not. So you have
Right,
to be
right.
careful.
Definitely be careful with that. Yep.
Mhm.
Um, one other thing, a type of utility that we're seeing a lot is staking, being able to stake. And what that means is you're essentially putting up your NFT available to other people's use, and they can essentially rent it for you for a fee. So
Right.
think of it like your car. So we all, not all of us, but most of us own a car. And so if I were to stake my car in real life, I would basically put it out on a lot and say it's available. Anybody is welcome to drive it, but they have to pay me, $100 a day to drive it. So
Right.
there's a system in which all of this happens where you can put your NFT up for staking. People can borrow it, people can use it. And then because you still own the actual IP of it, you own the NFT, you're just renting it out essentially. And then you make money from it. So there's a lot of people who are utilizing the kind of staking process as a
Mhm.
way to earn a couple of dollars every day, which is a really cool aspect.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, think about it this way, like if you have something that could be used in a metaverse and in a play to earn game, they might borrow that so that they can go use it in say a play to earn game, and they can make money and then return it back to you.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a very cool process.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the play to earn is just basically like it's an online game in which you play literally, as the words say, play to earn, play to make money. And so
Mhm.
you play the game, and then you're making money as you like win different battles or win different races or things like that. And sometimes you need the help of other people's NFTs, like the fancy new sword or perhaps the new
The
faster
faster
car.
car. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
exactly.
We were
So
totally thinking the same thing.
yeah, so we rent for the day, the fast car from someone. We have to pay them like $100 for it or whatever
Right.
the fee is. And then we get to drive it, hopefully win some races, and now I'm making money. The person who owns the NFT who's rented out the car makes money. It's just
Yep.
really a win-win
Yep.
situation. So, very cool.
Yeah. So another one that I like is the charitable aspect. A lot of projects have been, tying their project to when we hurt or hit certain road, goals in our roadmap, then we will donate X amount of money to this charity that we've chosen. And I think this is important. For example, one of the projects that I'm a part of is Women Tribe. And I just saw that they announced they're donating like 15 plus ETH to Girls Who Code, which I think is cool because that's how we get more women into the space is by teaching, young girls how to code so that they can be the future of NFTs. And, we've said it many, many times. That's what we are all about here on the Nifty Chicks, is bringing more women into this space. And that's, one of the best places to start.
For sure. Yeah, I love that. We've talked about that in the past, of like things that we look for in a project. And so definitely seeing a lot of that, especially with women-led projects. It's obvious to me that women-led projects just have an innate charitable mindset and want to better the world, which is really, really nice to see. So love that. And then the last thing that we have as like a utility is burning. This isn't something that like always makes sense to me, of like why I would burn it. I know that like, so burning at the foundational level is just basically you are removing them from the blockchain. You're burning them. So it's basically going up in flames, I guess. And so, a project that has 10,000 NFTs, if you burn them, if you burn, 1,000 of them, what you're doing essentially is making it more, I guess, rare. You now only have 9,000 to buy from versus 10,000. So some of that's becoming a utility that I've seen, where NFT projects allow their holders to burn the NFTs, basically wipe them from the blockchain, and resulting in kind of narrowing the project scope and hopefully increasing the value, because there's fewer of them, right? Supply demand kind of concept.
So sometimes also you might burn a certain amount, and if you burn, like 5 of these, then you get rewarded with something else. Like it might be a different rarity level or an entirely new card that gives you, different abilities or powers. It could be for a game. Who knows? So yeah, there's lots of different, I guess, actions or things that can happen after you burn your whatever amount of NFTs. So it's really up to the project what they decide.
Yeah, well, hopefully this is helpful in understanding some of the different types of utility that can come with NFTs or buying an NFT. I think we're just going to see, I think this is a pretty comprehensive list, but not all inclusive. I'm sure we have missed several. And I think what you're going to see is over time, this list is just going to grow and grow.
That's what I was just going to say. I have a feeling we're going to see all kinds of new ideas come from, utility and what people are offering. It's crazy to me. Like, honestly, in the, I've kind of been in this space for a couple years. And when it first started, there was really no utility. There was nothing. It was just about having the NFTs. And now it's almost like you have to have some sort of utility in order to get people to want to even look at your project.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the days of just PFP straight artwork with no utility are pretty much over.
Agreed.
And so I think it's just going to, utility, I think, is just going to evolve from here, which
100%
is exciting. It's exciting because I didn't buy a phone just to have a phone. I bought it so I could access my email, read the news, take pictures, right? So those are all the utilities.
Those days are long gone when you bought a phone for making phone calls.
I know, right? Exactly. So I think we're just going to see everything in the world evolve, which
for sure
is cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, obviously, thank you all for listening to the Nifty Chicks. We would love if you would go subscribe to us on YouTube and your favorite podcast player. And, of course, if you're on YouTube, click that bell so that you are notified whenever we have a new episode go live.
That's right. And as always, thank you for listening to the Nifty Chicks. Always remember, invest in yourself. You are worth it. Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the Nifty Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.